This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website for whatever you're doing, all in one place. But more on them later. Is Hublot going to be the next brand to pop like Cartier has? I don't think so, but honestly, I don't think we should ever write off Hublot. I know they're not popular for watch geeks, but they've carved their own path and command a very meaningful chunk of the market share. I do, however, think AP is going to keep going up and up and up. If you look at the last Morgan Stanley Swiss watch report, if trend continues, AP is going to overtake Omega as the third highest selling Swiss watch brand this next year. Between 2023 and 2024, Omega experienced an 8% downturn. Ouch. While AP has been on the upwards trend. Biggest emphasis on if trends continue. Omega fanboys, don't come for me. This is not a personal attack. It's just reading data. Could US tariffs give German brands an edge they never anticipated over Swiss brands? The US tariff prices are starting to trickle in and hit consumers. I think right now, German and Japanese watchmakers and brands must be seeing opportunity and asking how they can capitalize on this time. If I was in charge of A. Lange & Söhne or Glashütte Original, I'd be pouring a lot of resources and money into marketing and communicating that we are that next level, that next caliber of watchmaking. It is worth remembering the EU is still subject to a 15% tariff, but that is much more appealing than the Swiss 39%. Is Rolex uncool in 2025? I like this. This is spicy. And dare I say yes? Maybe. I don't think so, but I think a lot of Gen Z thinks so. I'm an old person with a low taste level, so who really cares what I think? I think Rolex is so cool. They're one of my favorite brands, and they always will be. Their watches have such a great build quality, and they know how to market to people like me. Middle-aged people who wish they were more adventurous than they really are, but they think maybe I can buy this and pretend to be an explorer. From picking the brains of the few Gen Zers that I know, they tend to hear the word in the name Rolex and think, ooh, fancy. But then when they actually see the product, they think it's ugly. I think Rolex will soon be associated with, ugh, that's more of my dad's style of watch. I don't like this. Unless they pivot or taste change. 5-digit charm or 6-digit robustness. Neither. A 5-digit era, but get an Omega or a Neovintage JLC or a vintage Cartier. This is my favorite era of mainstream watches, but there's a lot of value outside of the crown. Isn't platinum over stainless steel silly because you can't really tell the difference unless super close? Okay, I completely understand this. I can't even tell the difference when I'm super close, but I still don't agree. What I love about silver-toned precious metals, namely white gold and platinum, is that they look like stainless steel to the observer, but it is for the wearer to know that they aren't. It's the weight of precious metals, it's the way it feels, and just how beautiful and specific a lot of the alloys are. I can't afford precious metals, so I'm stainless steel all day, every day, and I'm so glad so many amazing models are available in stainless steel, so so many people have a chance at being able to afford them. But if I could afford platinum, yes. I feel like if I sold merch, I could finally earn just a little bit more money and then I'd be able to buy precious metals. I could unlock those purchases. And if I did start selling merch, I would 100% be using today's fabulous video sponsor, Squarespace. Okay, guys, you already know what it is. It's 2025. If you're doing anything online, offline, whatever it is, you need a website. Whether you have a hipster cafe or a lame-o watch review YouTube channel, a website is the way that people find you. It is the first port of call. Your website should be an accurate reflection of you. That's why Squarespace has hundreds of professionally curated website templates with options for every use and category. You could do it the good old-fashioned way, select your favorite template and plug in your information. Or you could do it the fancy new way using Blueprint AI. So you just give some prompts and let the AI magic do the rest. It is still fully customizable, so you can make sure it's quite right. I've got my little one-pager through Squarespace, so I know if and when I do merch that I'm going to use Squarespace. I love using them. It's just making a product that I'm quite proud of and I'm happy to stamp my name on, you know? And that's actually a big reason why I would use Squarespace to launch my merch. They take care of all the hard stuff with easy online payments and built-in tools for inventory, shipping, and fulfillment. It's happy days for my future customers and happy days for me because it's nice and easy. They even automatically calculate shipping costs based on destination, size, and weight of each order. Stop procrastinating, make that website. And when you do, you should use my link. Head to squarespace.com/BritPierce and use my code, the BritPierce code, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Go click that link, and thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Is gatekeeping actually a good thing in watch collecting so people don't buy Hublots? So this tickled me. I am deep into 2 hobbies with crazy amounts of gatekeeping. So watches, obviously, and Formula One. F1 saw a giant surge of fans and new people getting excited about the sport, with Netflix creating Drive to Survive. And a similar thing happened with watches, with the pandemic, Instagram, and the secondary price bubble. I will say the same thing to watch gatekeepers that I say to F1 gatekeepers. A wider reach of something you love doesn't need to dilute your enjoyment of it. In fact, if you like these things so much, why wouldn't you want more people to enjoy that with you? Why wouldn't you want more people to feel that excitement you feel? I love that more people are into F1 right now. It means I have more people to talk about Formula One with. And I don't have a great deal of topics to discuss. I need this. And I get it. It is annoying when new people start showing up to this thing that you've been enjoying for a while. They say annoying things. They go through character arcs. They're annoying. But once again, everything that you know about watches, everything I know about watches are things that we've learned. This isn't intrinsic knowledge that we just woke up with and we just knew everything about a tourbillon or the GMT complication one day. We were given grace and space and time to learn and research and listen to others and have them form us. I hope that I always afford other people who are newer to this hobby the same grace that I was afforded. I was an emo kid when I was a teenager. Yeah, that's an image. And one of the staples of being emo is liking things before they were cool. And then once they're cool, oh, they're sellouts. Oh, you need to be underground. You need to have no one liking you, and then you're good. Then you're doing it for the music, man. And I kind of feel like people apply this same logic to niche hobbies. But more people being interested in watches doesn't detract from how authentically cool they are. More people being into it is probably a sign that it's awesome. And it's okay if you like Hublots as well. It needs to be said, it's your hard-earned money. If Hublots just set your soul and your heart on fire, buy them. Love it. Doesn't affect me. Do what you love. Favorite watch right now? I love this question because of the right now. Not of all time, just of right now. The thing that is occupying way too much space in my brain is the Allunga 1815. I've just got back from Germany. I go every single year, and every time I say, I'm going to save my money, and next year I'm going to buy an ALS in Germany. Every time I don't save. I don't have any money when I go out to Germany. I still try on a lot of longas, but then I feel happy and sad all at the same time. Which brands won't survive the current luxury recession? So I receive a lot of questions like this, and I think it's something a lot of people are curious about. I think there's a lot of brands that are struggling right now and are going to struggle even more in the future. Zenith is struggling. I'm very worried about Chopard, Jaeger-LeCoultre. Tudor is struggling. Panerai, even Vacheron Constantin at the more upper end. And it brings me no joy to say this. These are brands that I legitimately love. But as people are being more selective with their money, I worry about quite a few brands. Least favorite celebrity brand ambassador and your most favorite. My favorite is Lenny Kravitz with JLC, impossibly cool celebrity, and an impossibly cool brand. Like, I wouldn't have put them together, but I'm so glad it's happening. I don't have a least favorite, but there are some I find odd, like Tag Heuer and Patrick Dempsey. It's so random. Thoughts on flipping your collection regularly, not for profit, but changing it up. Honestly, do your thing. Who cares? It's your life, it's your money, it's your collection. Do whatever you want. Switch it up as much or as little as you'd like. I'm a little bit more of the latter. I play for keeps. My list is very short and specific, and I don't sell very often. But I also have friends who are serial traders. They have something in for a couple years, switch it up. I think there's just so many things they like and they want to experience. So they switch it around and keep the things that work for them. What do you think of brands that start off with luxury pricing despite no brand history? Example, Norcane. Oh, I'm totally fine with this. I think luxury pricing should be rooted in the product and not brand heritage. If the product is high quality, well constructed, I'm always after a unique design language and has a good movement. The price should reflect that. I think Norcane is a particularly divisive example. I recently reviewed the Wild One skeleton. I had a lot of comments from people who dislike those watches and think they're overpriced. I personally don't agree. I don't think they're overpriced. But then the next layer to add to this is what is worth and cost to you? Because worth and cost are two very different things, and we prioritize different things. I need an F1 hot take. Alex Albon is the most underrated driver, and I don't understand why a top team isn't courting him. I think Albon and George Russell would make a killer combo for Mercedes. They're both such strong, consistent drivers. They'd certainly make the Silver Arrows a serious contender for the Constructors' Championship. Any watch manufacturing tours I can put on my bucket list? Going on manufacturing tours is a newer thing for me. As this becomes my full-time job, I am making it my mission to say yes to every manufacturing tour, any just brand industry invite that I get, so I can have a deeper insight and understand watches more deeply and hopefully make better content. Honestly, just any manufacturing tour, if it's offered, say yes. It always gives me a new appreciation for watchmaking as a craft and art form and makes me fall in love with horology all over again. If you could start your watch collection from scratch, what would be your first watch? I love this question, and honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. It would still be the Cartier tank for me, which might be a bit of a hot take. I think a lot of watch YouTubers and watch collectors would recommend getting something quite versatile. Go anywhere, do anything. Something like the Oyster Perpetual or the Omega Aquaterra. But I would say, for your first watch, make it the watch that you love the most. Something that works the best with your style and makes you so excited to wear every day. For me, that's the tank. But whatever you think is the most you, the most essence of you to your core, get that first and then make practical purchases from there. Just another day of bad financial advice from me. Honestly, I love doing Q&As. I want to do more of them. So if you have any Qs, drop them down below. If you disagree with any of my As, also let me know. I'll see you guys down there. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You're amazing. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And thank you to the Pope tier patrons. Get their names on the screen. Hello, Pope tier patrons. Hello, everyone who just made it to the end. I didn't realize I look so much like an Oxford professor or something today. I thought it looked really cool, but looking at it on camera. This isn't about me. This is about you. Thank you for supporting my weird little channel. Honestly, you keep me in business. You keep the lights on here at Gringa HQ. So thank you. I hope you keep enjoying the content. I love making it, but even if you don't enjoy what I'm making anymore, I hope you enjoy watches forever. They're fabulous. You're fabulous. And I hope you have a gorgeous weekend. Okay, bye.